Hey y'all, what's up? This your girl Shani Cole, and welcome back to Cole Hustle. Hey, co-hustlers. Alright, y'all, so of course I took my hair down, so if you see something a little different, it's because I took my hair down. I have not decided to do it just yet because, y'all, the new growth is insane. Like, my hair is insane right now. But that's besides the point. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is about Netta and Charles. And I wanted to do this reading because I'm not going to say I'm a fan of Netta and Charles, but it is quite entertaining to watch. So I love the entertainment of Netta and Charles. But what I have been noticing is that it just feels like Netta and Charles are on this downward spiral, and they have been for quite some time now. I am seeing where Charles has been a little bit more vocal with people outside of his relationship, telling a little bit more of their business, kind of being sloppy with things. I'm also seeing Netta doing a little bit more lying, and really just trying to save face is what it's given. So I just want to pull energy around them and just see where their headspace is and what's to come for Netta and Charles. Let's get into it. Spirit, give me energy around Netta and Charles. Mrs. Netta and Charles. Rolandis Alexander. And Joe. Give me the energy around Netta and Charles currently, Spirit. What is the energy around their careers? Like, what's the energy around the relationship, the careers? Like, what is the energy right now? There's a lot of conflict in their relationship, you guys. And it's really a lot of verbal conflict. It seems like the two have just really been at it. And it's not just them, it's also people around them, like the audience. There is a battle with them as far as their career, where it seems like their ideas are just clashing. They're really not in a creative space right now. It's just, what can we do to continue to flourish? I feel like they have also been exchanging a lot of words between each other. There's more arguing in the relationship. There is more, I'm not going to say envy, but it does feel like there is more of, you not doing enough. Like, how are we going to do this and you're not doing this? There is a lot of blame going on in the relationship. It just seems like there's a lot of just back and forth energy between the two, because it looks like, we need to be here, but we're not here because of you. Yeah, there's just a lot of negativity around their relationship, and it's not more so, you would think it's people around them, but no, it's actually Netta and Charles. Like, they're literally going back and forth with each other. It's almost like Battle of the Men, okay? With conflict being the number one card. That's the overall energy, is the conflict. There is conflict about who's speaking and who's not. There is conflict around the negativity associated with them and their mouth. Their mouth is getting them in a lot of trouble, and it's more so Netta than Charles. Here's the thing. Netta and Charles have the ability to be way bigger than they are. And it's not even so much of them not being creative. It's more of the mess that comes along with them, the constant negative energy that is around them. And no, it's not the people, it's Netta and Charles themselves. One thing about it is, when you're not happy, it's going to come off on camera, especially when you're in a relationship where you guys don't know how to communicate effectively. And it's given that Netta and Charles don't communicate effectively enough in order for them to be able to throw off. Usually you have people that are able to disguise what they're dealing with. It's not so disguisable when it comes to Netta and Charles, because they're so big on proving a point to people that they don't realize that we can actually see what is really going on inside that household. You know what I'm saying? Even here with the three of Pentacles in reverse, there is no teamwork. It seems like just one person doing all of the work, whereas this is supposed to be Miss Netta and Charles, not just Miss Netta. It's giving Miss Netta likes the attention, we know. But how do you expect your partner to feel if he's not able to contribute to anything just because you always want to be in the spotlight? I feel like these two were already carrying a lot into this relationship before they even became a couple. I feel like it's always just been I'm dealing with stuff and I'm just going to continue to just go about my day, move forward, move freely like nothing is going on. When you're constantly just adding more and more baggage to the relationship. These two, communication is like the biggest thing that I keep seeing in this reading. Let's just pull a couple more cards. There's a lot of pentacles, there's a lot of swords, and there's a lot of wands in this reading. This all ties into teamwork, collaborations, communication, mental health. With Netta and Charles, I feel like they let the gossip and the comments get to them, even though they try to portray that nothing is really bothering them. It bothers them to see that people are not supporting them in the way that they felt that they would. And so this actually trickles down into the household. This is what you call an unstable marriage. And it's sad to say that, but this marriage literally, to me, was built upon, I'm not going to say fame, but it seems like the relationship was really built on us getting to the bag. And it's like, we have a bag, but the bag is no longer what it was. So now what do we do? Honestly, the fans are getting a little bit more to this relationship than Charles and Netta want to admit. But it does cause a drift into the relationship, you guys. It really does. So, Spirit, give me the energy around Netta and Charles. First of all, give me the energy around Charles. How does Charles feel about Netta in this relationship, this marriage? Does Charles care about Netta? Absolutely. But is Charles tired of Netta? Absolutely. Charles is really at his wit's end with this marriage, you guys. And this is all a legend for entertainment purposes only. None of this is factual. Please do not go and judge these people. Do not comment negativity. Like, this is literally for entertainment, you guys. But what I am picking up on is I feel like Charles is tired of being judged for his decision to be with Netta. He is tired of the treatment that he gets when it comes to fans with Netta, because before Netta came along, Charles didn't have any of these problems. He was living a life that he loved. He was in a good space, and it seems like since he got with Netta, he's just been facing a lot of backlash, and he's not used to that, and he doesn't really like it. Yeah, it comes off on camera as he don't really care, and to be honest, Charles doesn't care, but in reality, he does care when it comes to Netta, because it's like, I've been just facing a lot of stuff when it comes to you. He is patiently waiting on things to shift in the relationship, and honestly, it seems like Charles really is not good when it comes to relationships and knowing when is the best time to walk away, because he holds on to things hoping for change, right? I am seeing that Charles could be leaving, not now, but in the future, in their future position. It shows Charles leaving. It shows that he wants to genuinely leave. And here's the thing. If the money is not going to be good, if it's not going to be, sustainable for him to continue to live a normal life, I could see him possibly walking away. And it honestly is not just about the money. It's about his overall happiness, okay? It's what he's being given, what he's being told, and what he's not seeing. There is a lot of confusion with Charles and the way that he feels about the overall situation. I feel like Charles is really depressed. His energy is there's more swords in this reading than anything. Swords is all about the mental clarity, intellect. And it's showing that there's a lot of hesitation with Charles. I do feel like he has put his foot down a few times with Netta, and really more so when it comes to that money. I don't feel like Charles has a lot of control when it comes to the finances. I feel like he does have his own money. Granted, he does have his own money, but I feel like overall, the mismanagement of the money has come from Netta, and this is just how Charles is feeling. He feels like he's patiently trying to hold on because he wants to build this legacy. Remember when, I think this was a couple days ago, there was a mention of Charles wanting children and all of this stuff. I do see it in this reading. He's a family man. He wants a family. He wants what he's always wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's more of the traditional person. But there's a lot of hesitation and conflicts, and it just seems like Charles is really at his wit's end with this relationship. So How does Netta feel about Charles? How is Netta feeling about Charles right now? What is the energy around Netta? How does she feel about Charles? Baby, Netta is all happy, okay? Flowers and rainbows and daisies. She love her some Charles, okay? Oh, Netta is just really... Netta's cards and Charles is totally different. Netta is like, we as a team. We a team. I'm happy. I love my man. We happy. We a team. It's all about giving and receiving. The energy is exchanged how it should be. But Netta is really, really insecure. Netta's very insecure, especially when it comes to financially not being able to keep enough money to secure Charles. It's given, if I don't make enough money, will this man want to stay with me? You know, we have been asking, a lot of people have been wanting to know, like, does Charles really love Netta? Like, is there's love in this relationship? Here's the thing. Charles likes Netta. Does he love Netta? He does. He has grown to love Netta. But is he in love? I don't see him in love. And it's not that he's not. I just feel like there's been a lot going on in this marriage and a relationship to the point to where Charles has kind of grew a different feeling. Netta is head over heels, okay? Head over heels in love. There's no doubt. First card that came out, there's no doubts. Netta wants a family. Netta really does want a family. Netta is head over head, Queen of Cups, head over heels in love with Charles. Loves his dirty draws. However, Netta is very insecure because she does feel like Charles is entertaining other women. She does feel like Charles is doing a lot, and Netta is stressed. She's stressed about she's really stressed about Charles possibly leaving her and not really wanting to continue this relationship or this business. And Netta is really concerned about Charles leaving, cheating, because I'm not fulfilling him in all the ways. There is energy here of Netta being very insecure about Charles and him talking to these other women. It does bother him, whether he likes to admit it or not. He is bothered. And there is stress around the idea of Charles leaving. Here's the thing. This is not something that's going on right now, but it is in their future position. So when I say future, the most I'm seeing in years is 3 max. 3 years max. Okay? So between now and 3 years, I could totally see Charles walking away from Netta if things do not shift. This is just what I'm looking at. There's a lot of stress around that. There's a lot of stress around this marriage. There's a lot of stress around the money. There's a lot of stress around infidelity. There's a lot of stress around judgment. There is a lot of stress in self-care. There is stress around self-confidence. So will this be a relationship that could withstand this? No. Alright, so y'all let me know what y'all think about this reading. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. If you have any questions or comments about Netta and Charles, leave them down below. And I will see y'all later.